8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Soundithavam. The head of the Presidential Task Force of Poverty Alleviation and Economic Revival says the local farmers could be converted to efficient entrepreneurs by adding value to their products. Sri Lanka confirms over 39,000 COVID-19 recoveries so far. Sri Lanka registers 252 new COVID-19 infections. Updated announcement on isolation orders for several Grama Niladhari divisions. The Health Minister says the government is ready to provide COVID-19 vaccines soon after the ACCD approval. In news overseas, Hong Kong rounds up 53 pro-democracy activists under national security law. In sports, New Zealand rose to the top of the World Test rankings after they thrashed Pakistan by an innings and 176 runs. The head of the Presidential Task Force Poverty Alleviation and Economic Revival, Basil Rajapaksa, says the local farmers could be converted to efficient entrepreneurs by adding value to their produce of the farmers. Mr. Rajapaksa said this during a meeting held at Temple Trees yesterday, that the farmers should be provided with technical know-how and other technical assistance to achieve this goal. Mr. Basil Rajapaksa made these comments while addressing the officials of the plantation sector. He also emphasized the importance of taking this sector among the common masses. This sector plays a pivotal role in the national economy. Total recoveries from COVID-19 confirmed in Sri Lanka surpassed the 39,000 milestone yesterday, January 5th, as 761 more individuals who were infected with the virus regained health. According to the Epidemiology Unit, a majority of the recoveries were reported from the Kahavatta Treatment Centre, 73, Bingiriya Treatment Centre, 41, Ambilipitiya Treatment Centre, 40, Poonani Treatment Centre, 39, Dr. Neville Fernando Teaching Hospital, 36, Rambukkana Treatment Centre, 36, Gallala Treatment Centre, 35, Dambadeniya Treatment Centre, 32, Pandideniya Treatment Centre, 29, Dargah Town Treatment Centre, 25, Undugoda District Hospital, 22, and Krishnapuram Treatment Centre in Kilinochchi, 21. In all, 39,023 novel coronavirus patients in the country have been discharged from medical care to date. Sri Lanka has registered a total of 45,726 positive cases since the first outbreak of the pandemic in the country in March last year. As per statistics, 6,486 active cases are still receiving medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centres. The country has also witnessed 217 fatalities owing to the virus. The total count of COVID-19 cases reported in Sri Lanka reached 45,978 this evening, January 6th, as 252 more persons were tested positive for the virus. Reportedly, the newly infected and identified cases are close contacts of the Paliagoda fish market cluster. As per the Health Ministry's data, 39,023 of the confirmed patients have made complete recoveries from the virus as of today. However, 6,738 active cases are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centres across the country. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll stands at 217. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Commander of the Army, General Shavendra Silva, has issued an updated announcement on the isolation status of 11 Grama Niladhari divisions. Thereby, the following Grama Niladhari divisions have been isolated with effect from 5 a.m. today, January 6th. Pujapitiya Police Area, Bamlugama Divanavatta Grama Niladhari Division, Ahaliagoda Police Area, Moragala GN Division. In the meantime, the isolation status in the following Grama Niladhari divisions has been lifted with effect from 5 a.m. today. Akkaraipatta Police Area, Akkaraipatta 5 GN Division, Akkaraipatta 14 GN Division, Akkaraipatta Municipality GN Division, Palamune GN Division, Oluville GN Division, Attalachene 8 GN Division, Akkaraipatta 8/1 GN Division, Akkaraipatta 8/3 GN Division, Akkaraipatta 9 GN Division. while claiming that the Advisory Committee on Communicable Diseases, ACCD, was preparing the vaccine deployment plan at present. The Health Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi said yesterday that the COVID-19 vaccine will be provided to the people soon after the approval was granted by the ACCD. She told Parliament that the vaccine deployment plan would be prepared based on various aspects, such as the target group to be vaccinated, storage facilities, locations and possible side effects of the vaccines. The minister said the COVAX facility had agreed to provide the vaccine approved by the World Health Organization, WHO, for 20% of the population and added that all legal requirements have already been completed in that respect. The Health Ministry had requested the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, Gavi, in July last year to obtain the vaccine through the COVAX facility. They have agreed to provide the vaccine to 20% of the population free of charge, she said. She also said Principal Advisor to the President, Lalit Veeratunga, who was appointed to coordinate the process of obtaining vaccines, was engaged in discussions with governments and states at diplomatic level. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Executive Council Conference at the 13th Asian Buddhist Peace Forum will be held on the 14th of this month. Sri Lanka will host this year's conference. It should be noted that this Executive Council, which consists members from 30 countries, has been recognized by the United Nations Organization. A special media conference in this regard was held today. The chairman of the Executive Council, Most Venerable Professor Madhagoda Abete Satera, said that this time most of the technical sessions will be held through video conferencing technology. That came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, the consumers complain about price hikes of certain essential goods. Some errant traders have increased the prices arbitrarily. They say the price hike is due to various reasons, including transport costs and unnecessary overheads due to the COVID-19 situation. As a result, low-income families are affected. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority, CAA, and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Hong Kong rounds up 53 pro-democracy activists under national security law. Georgia election, Democrats on course for Senate control. And Pakistan court outlaws virginity tests. More than 50 of Hong Kong's most prominent pro-democracy activists and politicians have been arrested in the biggest crackdown since China imposed a draconian security law last year. About 1,000 police took part in morning raids on 72 premises across the city. Those held helped run an unofficial primary to pick opposition candidates ahead of postponed 2020 elections. They are accused of trying to overthrow the government. Activists say the new law aims to squash dissent. The Democratic Party of U.S. President-elect Joe Biden is on the verge of taking control of the Senate as results come in from 2 elections in Georgia. Pastor Raphael Warnock is projected to win 1 seat. Fellow Democrat John Ossoff leads narrowly in the other. If they both win, Mr. Biden will have a much better chance of pushing through his legislative agenda. Human rights campaigners have welcomed a decision by a Pakistani court outlawing so-called virginity tests in rape examinations. The ruling, which applies in Punjab province, will end the practice of physical checks for an intact hymen and the invasive two-finger test. The Lahore High Court judge, Ayesha Malik, said the tests were humiliating and had no forensic value. The ruling followed 2 petitions filed in the Punjab province by rights activists. Back to the headlines of the world news. Hong Kong rounds up 53 pro-democracy activists under national security law. Georgia election, Democrats on course for Senate control. And Pakistan court outlaws virginity tests. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Looking at development news, State Minister Anuradha Jaratna made an observation visit today to the site where the Palagamal Lagoon is being renovated. This project is being carried out based on the request of Minister Bandhu Lagunavardhana. The State Minister also instructed the relevant officials to expedite this process and came to you in development news. On to sports, it's cricket. New Zealand rose to the top of the World Test rankings after they thrashed Pakistan by an innings and 176 runs in the second test to win the series 2-0. Pakistan, resuming on 8 for 1, were dismissed for 186 on the first day, with Kyle Jamieson taking 6 for 48. Pace bowler Jamieson, playing in his just 6th test, finished with 11 wickets in Christchurch and was the series' leading wicket taker with 16. It is the first time New Zealand have topped the test rankings. Minister Nama Rajapaksa says the Lanka Premier League tournament was conducted successfully. The SLC earned a profit and did not incur any loss on this venture. The minister made these remarks while addressing Parliament today. The SLC took the whole responsibility on this occasion and the ministry had just monitored the process. The minister also reiterated that there is no political interference in the sports sector. That's sports news, and on to business news. ACL Cables PLC, the number 1 cable company in Sri Lanka, has once again showcased its strong financial position and brand equity, achieving SLA Plus stable credit rating for the 4th consecutive year, according to ICRA Lanka's recently published rating outlook. Impressively, ACL Cables became the only cable manufacturer in the local industry to register an A-plus credit rating, demonstrating the company's stability and creditworthiness amidst challenging business environments. That's business news. We look at economic news next.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The newly appointed Board of Investment BOI Chairman Sanjay Mohotala says fulfilling one of the most urgent needs of the local apparel sector, Sri Lanka's first ever fabric park will commence operations from mid-next year in Eravur in Batticaloa. This is one of the top priorities for the Board of Investment for 2021. He noted that the 275-acre plot park, which received the cabinet approval, was planned from early 2020 and has now reached the final stages, and they envisage around $300 million from 5 investors who have already committed for this. More foreign textile manufacturers will be invited to set up factories within this zone. Though Sri Lanka's number 1 forex foreign exchange earner has been apparel, the value addition in Sri Lanka is still low, and the industry spends a huge amount to import fabric and other related material. That's economic news.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
In the weather report, the Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the northern, eastern, north central and Uva provinces and in the Matale and Nuwara Eliya districts. Showers or thundershowers are occurred several places elsewhere during the evening hours. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamo and Western provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 4:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The head of the Presidential Task Force for Poverty Alleviation and Economic Revival says the local farmers could be converted to efficient entrepreneurs by adding value to their products. Sri Lanka confirms over 39,000 COVID-19 recoveries so far. Sri Lanka registers 252 new COVID-19 infections. Updated announcement on isolation orders for several Grama Niladhari divisions. The Health Minister says the government is ready to provide COVID-19 vaccines soon after the ACCT approval. Hong Kong rounds up 53 pro-democracy activists under national security law. And New Zealand rose to the top of the World Test rankings after they thrashed Pakistan by an innings and 176 runs. That concludes tonight's news broadcast. And now it's back to you, your good friend and mine, and your hostess tonight, Chandima Veerakon, to take you to the end of transmission. Back to you, Chandima.